Run it.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a very simple yet super effective writing technique that will literally upgrade the workflow you currently have if you're not using it. And it's pretty much just using reference MIDI for your whole track. Pretty much to sum it up, you're going to write out your chords, your bass line, your lead, and your maybe arps and all that in one session before you even start your track. And then from there, you're just going to copy paste the values to newer instruments as they apply. And I'm going to show you this method in real time as I work here. I literally just got my little melody down for this idea so I could start with something and I wouldn't waste a lot of time, but I want to show you how fast this can develop. So if this sounds like a good video for you guys, make sure to hit that like, subscribe for new content. If you didn't know as well, my guest mix for Monsoon just dropped yesterday on SoundCloud. It's a 35-minute mix with a ton of unreleased songs with me and other homies. On top of just some really cool bangers and doubles and all that fun stuff, dubstep. So if you want to check it out, it is going to be down below. I would appreciate any support on it, and I would be interested to know what your favorite track on there is. If it's anything upcoming from me or my homies, go ahead and comment it, and I'll let you know when, if it is coming out soon. So appreciate you guys. Let's get in the video. Alright, so zoomed in here is literally just going to be an 8-bar loop. I literally just got this really basic melody because I'm thinking like a very simplistic trap-ish dubstep song. It feels like this starting out. Repeats and then the turnaround here. Really simple. Still stock Serum, but I'm just going to write stuff to this. Now, I don't think there's going to be actual like chords to this specific one, but I can show you if I was doing chords, and maybe I'll even just do it anyways. But next, and usually first, I'll start with my bass line. We are in D sharp. It just felt kind of where I want it to be, so let's find D sharp. You don't always have to start in that root note, but it's gonna work. There we go. That is gonna be our bass line. There is no rhyme to reason. Usually it's like some type of staircase or some type of progression where you want it to feel like it resolves, and it feels like the C sharp going back into the D sharp works. Like it sounds good, and from F to G sharp. I'm not musically trained in that sense, so don't ask me. But if we were going to build chords off this, I can't help with that. Usually what I'll do is just bring it up an octave, and then we're going to bring it up a 7th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kind of sounds cool. Same process here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to bring it down because I want my chords to kind of be together. Even I might bring this one down. We'll see. Sound really cool. And same process here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I wasn't originally going to do chords, but this is kind of like really cool sounding, and I might even keep like this theme. Not for the whole thing, but just kind of those chords, that little electro. Just kind of sounds cool. Anyways, from here, we can write our ARP. Once again, we don't have to start on the root note, but...
A few moments later.
It doesn't really matter about this positioning for now. I'm just kind of getting ideas in my head. It's fine. That's what's going on? Okay, cool. So without spending too much time on this, we now have our basic thing. This is going to be our MIDI reference. Okay, so now from here is where the fun really begins. And I'm going to show you guys how this really just kind of writes itself out. So once again, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to make a Reese. Now, the point of this is not to get everything in the mix perfectly. I kind of know where I want my Reese to sit. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of do something similar, but with the chords that we made, which is going to be these guys. Same thing. I'm going to throw a serum on it, and it's going to be probably just another... I really kind of like that Doc serum sound. We'll change it up a little bit, but... Okay, we have our Reese, we have our chords. Now it's time for our lead. And like I said, we're not trying to overdo any sound design, anything. We're just trying to get everything in its correct field right now. We can worry about the rest. And lastly, we have the ARP to go through. Once again, I'm not 100% sold on the sound design here. I just need... You just need something to work with here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start adding elements. This. Maybe we'll do like a lead in with this Reese here. And from here on out, we can build a whole track off this MIDI. I can start adding in different elements. If I want to change out these saw chords, then I can. If I want to change out our melody, I can. I can put it as a different thing. So for example, if we're in the second half here, we have the drop, maybe we're at a break or something. We want something different here, right? Now in the second half, instead of this, and you can keep changing out your sounds with keeping the dog laying down without having to do a ton of writing, because you already spent it at the beginning and this is your reference. And now of course you can write out 2 or 3 of these where you can duplicate this. You know, I don't know, option 1, and then all of a sudden you write option 2, and maybe you're changing the bass pattern, maybe you're changing the melody, and maybe you're just changing it all up. And you do this a few times and you have 4 or 5 different options depending on what you want, and you just keep pulling from your MIDI how you want and still develop the track very fastly. Because once you have the main chords down, your writing process is just going to fly, because at this point it's just sound designing or sound selection more so, and just filling out your arrangement as you go. If you know this is the intro section, okay, I don't need all my elements. I'm going to go to the hype section, or like the verse, the chorus, whatever. We're going to add more elements. Then from the breakdown, okay, we're going to take a few away before we go to the build. And then build, we're going to add it back in. So it's all about just adding and subtracting. And it's a really easy workflow technique that keeps you going. So you're not just stuck in an 8-bar loop, because you have all the tools in one MIDI selection. I hope this kind of helps. I kind of want to do this more in live, more so than planned and explained, so you can just see how the writing process unfolds in front of you. And I hope that makes sense, because this is literally the type of strategy I did on my stream the last week. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to leave the video up for like another week on public. It's like a 4-hour live stream, and you can see a track literally start using this technique and me writing it, and I finished the track in 3 days. Fuck the mainstream. using this technique, I pretty much wrote out the whole track before I even wrote the drops. And that's generally my workflow in general is let me get down the arrangement, let me get the builds, let me get everything so I can set up the tone of the track so I know what drop will fit it. Yo guys, what's good? I just got done editing that first whole portion that you guys are now gonna see, and I figured why don't I expand upon the idea and show you what you can actually do with it. So I worked about an hour on this track just to develop it where we went. You're gonna hear that things are different. Obviously, I changed like some lead stuff to make it fit better. We still follow the same principle here, but I changed up a few of the leads and grouped them together and made it as such, and added everything else that you'll hear. So, yeah, here it is. Thank you for watching and enjoy.
Run it.
I hope this laid out, explained, and me actually going through it live kind of brings some insight to you guys, and I hope it helps you guys. If you like these style videos, you want to see more live workflow stuff, maybe with drops, sound design, all that, let me know. I'm more than happy. Or I can do just like recaps where I come in and showcase a technique and show what it can do with the final product. Either or, I'm open to whatever's going to be most useful for you guys. Other than that, I hope you guys learned something from this today. Have a great day. Take care. Enjoy your weekend.